Hello and welcome back. I'm going to show us the web implementation of the Graph Traversal algorithm using DFS implementation also. This is the web application type. I opened up a terminal. I've logged on to the virtual environment and I'm going to type Python manage.py run server. If you don't know how to get into this environment, into the folder, you can check the previous video on how to do that. It opens up a web server where I can browse to my application, and I can browse there using this URL. So I'm going to copy this URL and open up a plain browser and just put that URL right in. And here it shows me the URL and or the content in the URL. I did some graph model in here that's already done just for us to do some example, and then we'll do one by ourselves. So if you click on graph dashboard, you're going to see this set of models. Basically what the web version does is that you can create your own type of model. For instance, we have Nigeria route, this graph type, alphabet graph. You see this is just alphabet, Lagos railway line. So let's take an example. Lagos railway line, you will see I have blue line 1 going to race course like that. These are just formulated. If you now want to see the graph, go to full graph diagram, click the full graph diagram. It's going to show you the full graph diagram. You can drag to see what it is, and or you can click to have it reposition it in another way, though it doesn't change the graph structure. And you can see it all here. Let's look at it. Blue line going to race course. Just look at blue line. There you can see that blue line goes to race course in here. And of course, the depth first search for these, we made it to start from blue line. We haven't implemented, being able to automatically change the route, the beginning point for this web interface. In the command line interface, we could do that, but this starts from the first item. From the first item, it gets the depth first search from the first item. So when I click it, it's going to start from blue line, and okay, this is it. You see, from blue line, it shows me the depth first search, how it goes. This is for the Lagos railway. If I do Nigeria, I can come and click the full graph, and in the full graph, you will see it is a completely different graph. So the beauty of this is you can store several graph system, and then of course the depth first search. If you look at this starting from Lagos, so the depth first search here is from Lagos. It shows all the routes, the places that you can go starting from Lagos. It shows that basically the depth first search part using Lagos. Now, the beauty of this is that we can create more models. So to do that, come to the admin page. Okay, it's not supposed to come here immediately. It's because I've already logged on. That's why it's going to come here. If you're running this for the first time, maybe the second time it will come here. But if you're running this for the first time, this is where it comes. I just logged out, back the page, and then comes to admin. It comes here. So you can now put in the password. The password is admin PASS123. That's pass123. When you click login, it logs you into the application. And where we'll be working with is with the graph session. You can create nodes, several nodes. You can see here, these are nodes that are already created in the system. So if you want to create a new group, you can click add from here, or you can do add graph group. So when you add graph group, you can add a new group. Let's say we want to add computer systems and we want to decide how they link. These are the nodes you can add. but I haven't. Usually what I should do is come to nodes and add all the nodes that I want to use for this graph. But I also have it here. You can actually add it from this point. Let's start it by adding 1 or 2 nodes from the node system. These are all the nodes. I add a node. I'm going to add printer, add another, keyboard, add another, mouse, save. So I've added 3. I can come to graph group. Like I said, add, and I'll create the computer system again. So I'll say, okay, I'll take keyboard goes to mouse. So keyboard connects with mouse, and that is at 500. That is the weight. Depending on what you want to do, I can say maybe keyboard again, keyboard to printer to, if I don't have any other thing to add, I can actually do the node adding. Instead of coming here, I can do it right here. I can click this plus sign to add a node. So I'm going to say printer adds to paper. Then of course I can give all this their weights. I can add more item. Say printer also add to power supply. Mouse to USB ports. Add USB port. Create a new one. I can say flash drive. Flash drive to say files. So I'm just, creating different connections, and of course I can give them their weight if I want to. If I don't like to have weights, I can leave it at 0. That's the default value. So, and when I'm done, I say okay. Now this has created another graph group called computer systems. If you want to see it as the graph part of this, you come back to the URL as it is shown here, the URL where we start from, and it brings me back to this page. So I go to graph dashboard, and you will see that computer system is part of it. If I click on computer system, it shows me the links. You can see how they link to each other, and I can check out the graph for computer systems, and you can see how they link to each other. Mouse to, all these links are there. To do the depth first search, if you click here, it's going to show you the depth first search for the code. You can create whatever model you want to do. You can keep watching, because I'm going to be implementing several other tools: breadth first search, the shortest path first, and all other graph implementation. But for this assignment, this is where we stop. Thank you very much.